Hello guys, this is Satvik and in this video we'll discuss about Wireshark. So guys, if you are new to my channel, do check out my previous videos as well. The link is in the description or you can simply click on my channel icon. So where you can find some various videos out there on ethical hacking and also some live streams. I do live streams weekly. Okay, so you can find out them. And if you really find it helpful, make sure you subscribe. Okay, and also do share with your friends so that my content could reach more people. So that's it guys. So now let's dive into the video. So guys, today we'll be discussing about an important tool called Wireshark. So if you simply search Wireshark, it's one of the beautiful tool out there which helps you in analyzing the traffic of a network. Like if you are a little bit of familiar with networking, you can see that the communication between the server and what you call our laptop or our PC or mobile or anything else is sent in a way of packets. Okay, so what the Wireshark does is, with the help of Wireshark, we can analyze the traffic that's being sent from our machine to the target or to server or anything else, and also from the server to our machine. Like we can view all the traffic that's going in and out through our machine. We can also do man in the middle attacks and stuff like that, but we'll discuss in another video. So now let's stick to the video guys. So this is Wireshark guys. It is available for almost all the platforms out there, and now I'll be showing you on my Linux. Okay, and if you're using any hacking distribution, whether it could be Kali Linux or Paratos or anything else, it's pre-built available. And also guys, one more important thing is, in order to run Wireshark, suppose let's think that you are running your Wireshark on your Windows, make sure you run it as administrator, or you can also call root in another operating systems. Okay, make sure you run it like that so that it can capture all the packets. Like I had seen some of my friends having the issue while running normally, they are getting some issues, like they can capture all the packets. But if you are having privileges, okay, root user or things like that, then you can definitely do that. So I'll be demonstrating this over my Kali Linux guys. So this is my Kali Linux. So this is my Wireshark, and if you know, I'm root user by default. Okay, you can see that I'm the root user by default. You can see that I'm root, so I don't need to have any extra privileges. But if you are not root, you can simply run by sudo and Wireshark, su Wireshark. Okay, so that it will launch. But since I'm already root, I'll be going like this. You can double click on this, or you can simply click on this icon, and you can search for the Wireshark. You can try to get it open. Okay, so let that open guys. It's open here guys. Let me show that. Let me enlarge it a little bit. So guys, let me, yes, it's not the font is not increasing, but here guys, you can see this is how the interface looks like guys. So here you can see some interfaces out there, like every device has some interfaces like Ethernet, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and things like that. Here you can see something like ETH0, which is Ethernet. Since we are running out on VirtualBox or VMware, we are connected to Ethernet by the help of NAT, network address translation. Okay, so that's how guys. Here also you can see the Bluetooth monitor and things like that, but most of the time we try to sniff on the network where our machine is communicating. So if you are on your host machine, you can see something like Wi-Fi or LAN 0, WLAN 0. You can simply click on that. So I'm selecting this ETH0 guys. Let me double click on this. Okay, so it is really small guys. Let me enlarge it by control plus 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 control plus plus. Okay, and you can adjust it guys like this. Okay, you can adjust it like this. This is a simple bit of you can do this. Okay, think you don't need any explanation regarding that guys, but here guys, you can see some things like this on the above. There is some file. Okay, like also guys, there are some challenges out there. Since I previously completed my CH practical, there in the exam they will be giving you a pcap file. So pcap or cap file is the file related to Wireshark. Okay, you can open that by simply double clicking on that. Wireshark will open. Okay, they'll help you and analyze some things like that. Okay, so in this video I'll show you how you can use the Wireshark, but in the next video I'll show you how you can analyze the traffic. So that's what the blue team does. So blue team is the one who tries to protect and analyze the data. Okay, so in the next video I'll be covering how you can analyze the traffic out there by taking some example. Okay, so which are related to the exam. And also guys, it's also available in OSCP. Okay, like if you solve some CTFs, Like even though you got a normal privileges, you can find a pcap file, you can download that, and you can look into the passwords and things like that. We'll discuss in the next video, guys, but now we'll see an overview. So edit, so there are some things like edit, okay, view, what you can view. You can also adjust it, guys. So if you right click on this tab or anything else, you can see what you can see, okay. And coming to edit, if you go to, sorry, in the view, if you go to columns or things like that, let me see that. So in the preferences, guys, sorry, in the edit, in the preferences, if you go to columns, you can add some columns over here, okay. That's completely your choice, but by default these are fine. Okay, like you can add some ports like target ports, like source port and destination ports and things like that. Okay, so that's the basic thing, guys. This is the basic thing. You can see some more things, but these are not necessary now. These are not necessary now, okay. So, and coming to the next tab, guys, here you can see a stop button over here. So let's think that you captured the enough traffic, you can simply click on the stop and you can analyze that, okay. If this is since this is running, this is in red color, or else it would be in gray color, okay. And these are some, like if you click on this, it will restart the thing, like it will leave all this current capture and it will try to restart, like it will try to capture once again, okay. Let me come back. And these are some important, not so important, it's like these are zoom in and zoom out, okay, you can do that. And coming to our main interface, guys, so this is the main interface we work on. So let me select the first one. You can see the number, you can see the time, okay. So if you click on view, and we can see something like time and display, let's name it as time and date and things like that, okay. So you can modify that, you can see it's for 7:43. The time is wrong, but yes, it is showing the time relative to that. And here the time, okay, the number, the packet number, and the source, since this is our machine, not only this machine but the things related to our machine, the destination port and protocol, what is the protocol that is being used. So, and also the length of the packet, okay. So if you're a little bit familiar with the OSI reference model or TCP by IP reference model, you will be knowing all these things. And what is the info over there, okay. You can see some traffic going on over, guys. Here you can see LLMNR poisoning, sorry, LLMNR going over here. You can see some IPv6 addresses, and if you select something, guys, here in this is one tab and this is another tab. Here, guys, you can see a detailed overview over that, like you can simply read everything over here, like what is the frame, what is the Ethernet name, what is the MAC address and things like that, the destination IP and things like that, okay. You can read over that. And here you can see some data that is being transferred in the byte format, hexadecimal bits, sorry, byte format, okay. So it's being captured, guys. You can see some protocols over here, ARP and things like that, okay. And one more thing, guys, so this is everything regarding the main interface, guys. And here you can see it might be smaller for you, but here, guys, you can see a search platform, like a filter platform. Suppose let's think you want to see only ARP traffic, so address resolution protocol. Let me hit enter. So if you simply apply that what you call a filter, you can only see the traffic that is related to it. So let's run a simple thing. Let me run an ARP scan, guys. So you can see some traffic going on over here, guys. Since we ran an ARP scan, it is looking for almost all the things. Like we got some bunch of what you call bunch of packets over here, guys, okay. You can see source, it is in IPv6 format, I think so. No, this is MAC address, guys, okay. So this is, and here you can see the info, like we are asking that who is having 10.0.0.2.54. so this is how ARP works, guys, okay. You can see how these are even transferring or how they are communicating as well. So that's it, guys. So let's do a simple activity, guys, okay. Let's do a simple activity where you can see the passwords. So if you take let me open my notepad, guys, or anything else. So this is my Sublime Text, guys. So if you take some protocols like HTTP or Telnet or FTP, okay, and there are many more things else, but these are what I'm remembering right now. Okay, so these are what you call as plain text protocol. So what happens is, like, whenever you are communicating, or whenever you are communicating the traffic to, or sending traffic from your machine to the server which is having HTTP, the data sent is in the unencrypted format. So if you don't know regarding encrypted and unencrypted, I made a detailed video on cryptography, guys. You can do check that out. That's a basic thing. Okay, so these are the unencrypted protocols, guys. Right now we'll be doing this HTTP. Okay, so let me minimize this. Let me close this, guys, since this is not, and you can save it or you can simply close it. You can simply save it as well, guys, if you want to work on that further. Okay, I don't want to save it. Let me close this. Okay, so let me open my browser, guys. Okay, and let's see. Let's go to a HTTP website. Okay, test php.oneweb.com. So guys, if you are sorry, I think I made spelling wrong. So guys, if you are getting knowledge, or if you are fluent with this Wireshark tool, then we can do some what you call as man in the middle attacks. Okay, so I'll also make a video on that, like how you can perform those attacks. But for that you need to learn Wireshark, guys. Okay, so let me enlarge this page a little bit, guys. So this is a test page that is being maintained by Equinetics. The reason is since Equinetics provides their vulnerability scanning tools, so like this is like a test website, so you can simply try that out. Okay, so coming to sign up, guys. Okay, so before now let's open our Wireshark, guys. Okay, so that we can capture all the traffic, and I'm selecting the ETH0, which is the thing I want to work on. Now coming to the login page, let's try something like test and test. Okay, let me log in. So all this traffic is being captured, guys. Okay, all this traffic is being captured, and it is asking something. Let's leave this. Okay, so we got some enough traffic, guys. So let me stop this thing. Okay, so this is how you do professionally. Okay, stop this thing until then, since we captured important traffic. So as I told you previously, that there is a display filter, guys. You can simply type HTTP so that we can only see the data or the packets that are related to HTTP. Simply hit enter. Okay, so guys, here you can see only two packets out there, or you can simply double click and you can see some things like that. Okay, we click on this, and okay, so that's fine, guys. So you can see some source and destination. So this is the IP address of our testphp.oneweb.com website. Okay, the protocol is HTTP, length and stuff. So guys, whenever you are working on login pages, the data is sent with the help of post. Okay, so post is nothing but like we are sending the data to the server. Get is nothing but we are acquiring the data from the server. Okay, so guys, if you could see carefully here, I can see something like post. Okay, so simply click on this, or so you can simply double click over this. If you simply double click over this, you will be getting a new tab like this. So this will be really helpful for you working on. And at the bottom, guys, at the bottom you can see something like HTML form. Okay, you can simply enlarge it, and you can simply see what are the data that we sent. But if you are using something like HTTPS or anything else, you can see the data, since the data is being encrypted there. But here it's not, so that we can see it, guys. Okay, so like that only you can see the telnet, or you can see something like FTP. Okay, so you can do that. That's really simple. Same like this, if you are working on FTP, you can simply type FTP over here and simply hit enter. Since we haven't captured any traffic, you can see you are not seeing anything. But if you are working with an FTP server, and you can analyze the traffic as well, guys, like this only. Like you need to have a little bit of patience, look into the packets that are related to that, and you'll definitely find the password or anything important data like that. So that's it, guys. That's it regarding Wireshark, and I hope this video is helpful, and don't get confused with some more things. There are some more things over here. In the next video, I'll be showing you how you can analyze a traffic where the malware is downloaded. Okay, so we'll be downloading a pcap file which is related to this Wireshark. And what we'll be doing is we look into that, and let's see what the thing that's being happened. Okay, and that's it, guys. That's it. I hope this is clear. So this is everything regarding Wireshark. Okay, so this is the basic thing, and in the next video we'll see practically on how you can do or analyze the traffic. So really thank you for watching this video, guys. If you really like it, make sure you like this video and do share with your friends, so that my content could reach more people. And if you are having any doubts, you can feel free to check out my Discord server. The link is in the description below. And if you want to contact me personally, my Twitter link is also in the description below. You can do check that out as well, guys. And really thank you for watching this video. This is Satvik signing off, and I'll meet you in the next video.